So this is an activated version of FireMapper Enterprise, which is a free download from the iOS or Android app stores. It's activated simply by scanning a QR code, and those QR codes are licenses that are managed through your subscription in the portal. On the screen here, you can see that I've got two tabs up the top, private maps, and then shared maps off to the side. Private maps, they exist purely on this device, whereas shared maps exist across all devices in my subscription. So every device that's linked with this one will see the same list of shared maps. Just show you quickly some of the configuration options associated with FireMapper. So in here, you can see I put in my first name and last name, my role. You can turn on and off the location sharing system. Here I can select from the list of resource types for how I want to see myself on the map. You can see here we've got a wide variety of resource types, and whatever you pick there is how everyone else will see you on the map. I can also configure the symbology that's associated with my device. So you can see here we've got a wide variety of options that can be turned on and off depending on what I want visible in my app. And that can also be configured centrally by us, and we can add symbology to match agency requirements. So I'm going to go into the shared map screen. At the top there, you can see I can create a new shared map just by typing the name into that box and hitting the Create Shared Map button. And I've got a list here of maps. So some of them say map synced, green, and one of them says download required. So any of those that say map synced mean that they're copied onto my device. I've got the latest copy. And it also means that if I go offline, that map will keep working. So I'll have the latest copy, I can make changes to it, and when I come back online, FireMapper will automatically synchronize any changes that have happened. I'll open up this Wheeler Creek HR map. It's totally fictitious, obviously. We've just created it for this demo. All right, so I'm here looking at the Wheeler Creek HR. And I'll just orient you to the screen quickly. So across the top, I've got a series of buttons to do things starting from left to right. I can go back to the main screen. The little camera icon allows me to snap a photo with the camera in the device and add it to the map. The icon that looks like the stack of cards allows me to change the base maps that I'm looking at. So this is all state dependent, and it can be configured to match agency requirements as well. So a lot of our customers have their own maps that aren't publicly available, and we can preload those onto the device or host them over the internet as well. Next button across, the little arrow, that will take me to my current location using the device's GPS. And the little spanner, that's the options screen that takes me to a couple of additional things that I can do to configure the device, such as the base layers or base maps that are on the device. I can also here tell FireMapper to automatically download the base maps for where I'm operating. So if I want I've probably already done this, so they're all preloaded. But I can tell FireMapper there to download the base maps for certain areas, and that means that they'll continue to work offline. Down the bottom of the screen, I've also got my selection of point and line types, which I can add to the map. Now, everything that's happening on the screen, I'll take you through what it all is as well, because we've got a selection of a bit of a burn plan there, but we've also got some additional features that have been pulled from other sources. So down in the bottom right-hand corner here, see a little RFS icon. So I can tap on that. That's just a data set that lists all the fire brigade stations in New South Wales. Likewise, I've got the bushfire neighbourhood safer places, things like RMS traffic cameras. And somewhere around here, I'll be able to find some RFS incidents. There we go. Looks like that must be a planned hazard reduction there. So these are just data sets that are available on the internet that we're able to pull into and display in FireMapper. A couple of other things happening here. You may have seen a helicopter flying around. That's our location tracking system. And if you look closely, you'll be able to see a Cat 1 and a Cat 9, as well as an incident controller. So that's what other resources look like in FireMapper when they have their location sharing turned on. I can click on that aircraft and you can see there I've got a bit of information about who it is, where they are, the speed, altitude, all that type of thing. Likewise with tankers, and of course the IC. So for any of these points or lines that are on the map as well, I can also click on those, and up the top of the screen, it'll give me a set of location information about that point, so where it is. And if I tap on the top as well, it'll give me even more information, such as who created it, when it was created, where it was created. Get things like the map reference to it, all that sort of thing. All right, so in our little HR here, you can see we've got Cat 1 sitting here on the eastern perimeter, and we've got a ignition point there. I'm just going to, I'm going to light up. So I'm going to put some fire on the ground by drawing a going fire edge along here. So I've drawn that line just with my finger, and you can see at the top, FireMapper is telling me that it's 168 meters, and also that it's 6 lengths of hose. I could also, if I was to walk the perimeter, I could record that with the GPS as well. So you can draw it, but you can also record it as you're walking using the device's GPS. You can see here as well, just to the right of the tanker, I've got a photo. So I've just snapped a photo there after I've lit up. And you know, that anyone can look at that and get an idea of what the fire behavior is like, that sort of thing. You can also see in the center of the map here, I've got some other camera icons. So these have come from an aircraft in this case, and it's the type of functionality that we get out of Firebird 225 and any other aircraft that hook their systems into FireMapper. So there's another image there from a FLIR camera. All right, so I added that going fire edge. I'm just going to add a spot fire as well. So we've just had it jump over the perimeter there to the east, and I can just add a couple of spot fires like that. very easily. Everyone can see them on the map there straight away. And yeah, it was that easy, just as a matter of tapping on the map. Once they're dealt with, I can use the options along the bottom there to remove it from the map. So I can hit the little rubbish bin. That's gone. And that one as well. Lots of other things I can add to the map here, such as maybe we're starting to black out. So I'm going to select that going fire edge. And I'm going to change it to an inactive fire edge. We've just blacked it out. There we go. You can see that it's now it's no longer a going fire edge. It's now inactive. You can also add a couple of smokers along here. So it's getting up to shift change. We're not going to be able to deal with them. So I'm adding the icons there on the map so the next shift can come through and know exactly what they've got to do. All right, that's the quick rundown of FireMapper on iOS and the basic functionality there. So you can see I've got the real-time map, I've got my location sharing and the appliance locations going. And as the incident progresses, the map is continually updated as well by everyone working the fire.